Now I can't see my rosters. So we've got Comic Slams up against Ginger Snaps on this first jam of Game 2 today. Ginger Snaps battling that 3 wall of Sheffield Steel blockers up at the front. Comic Slams getting a little bit of help from a friend at the back. But Rebellion opting to put all 4 blockers on defence in this first jam of the game.
In my defence, I was left unsupervised.
I take no responsibility for that. So Ginger Snaps now on a scoring pass. We've had a star pass from Sheffield Steel. So 4 points up on the board for Rebellion, playing in red, and 0 points so far for Sheffield. So Wince and Airy Fairy jamming in jam 2.
Nice big bit of offence there from Boris. And again with Boris clearing the outside line. Not able to shut down Wince though.
So the call-off coming, Rebellion scoring 2 points and starting that jam down just in time to keep Sheffield 0. So that is Camboozled jamming for Sheffield Steel. Just as I was about to say with 2 to beat, does beat those 2 players. I was going to say picks up lead jammer, but actually picked up a forearms penalty. So we have Pandemonium, your lead jammer in this jam. So Rebellion have opted to freeze Camboozled in the penalty box. Choices.
Top tactic.
Yes.
It does mean that Sheffield get to start. No, they don't.
Rebellion start on a power jam.
That's
Sheffield
correct.
start with a power jam against.
There you go.
Is that what you were going for?
Yeah.
I'm helpful. Unless you need someone to supervise you to stop you spending money, and then I'm not that. That was a very quick lead jammer there for Ginger Snaps, finding space on the outside line with a little help from her friends.
I get by with a little help from my friend. Ooh. Thank you, my maiden.
So meanwhile, Camboozled is out of the pack. Rebellion with a recycling. Oh, that was another sneaky star pass.
That were really nice.
Well, that's a very calm and collected little call off there from Ginger Snaps.
Beautiful 2 wall at the front of the pack from Sheffield. Holding that jammer from Rebellion.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the quickest lead jammer we'd seen for a while, but it was not. Solid effort there from Sheffield. That was number 5, Hadjusa, who actually, now I say the name, I think I remember from the last time I announced Sheffield, is an excellent, excellent blocker.
Absolutely devastating there. So close out on the outside line for Rebellion's jammer. Trip hazard recycled back to almost equidistance between the pivot line and the jammer line.
Wow, this is a battle. We are over a minute into this jam and nobody's got a lead yet.
Good afternoon, friends, and welcome to Blocking 101.
I am in absolute awe of this. It's stunning. Big draw back there from Doyle. Well, that's the first time I've seen that for a while.
And that concludes our first lesson of Blocking 101, where the jammer does not complete an initial pass for a full jam.
Oh boy.
Woof.
A 2-minute jam with no lead.
Nor does the pack complete a full lap.
Yeah. Wow.
We just came round past turn 3.
I think I'm going to enjoy this game.
I think so. I was about to do a rundown of the rosters, but we left it too late.
Oh yeah.
We are starting with a pack advantage to Sheffield. 1 Rebellion blocker in the penalty box. Comic Slams and Noxious are your active jammers.
Oh, great bit of one-on-one blocking from JT. A jammer thought they'd got a pass, but shut down on that apex jump by Boris. Big hit on the outside line there.
Comic Slams back on track now, completing that initial pass and picking up lead jammer. Noxious has also returned to play, still looking to complete, I believe, that initial pass legally.
Yep. Picks up another cut track penalty. I don't know if the first one was, but picks up a cut track penalty. So Comic Slams on a power jam. I actually suspect, looking at that blocking, that an excuse to call this jam off might have been well welcomed by Comic Slams.
Slams calling the jam there with points on the board and a switcho changeo freezing Rebellion's jammer Noxious into the box. However, they are standing, so it will be a briefer power jam start.
But an opportunity nonetheless, especially with the pack on the opposite side to the penalty box. But your jammer in this jam is Wince.
Wince looking for the outside line, however Boris had their number. Great work from Boris switching straight from D to O. Brilliant O coming from Cherry as well. Wins through for lead. Oh, Kit Kat. Saying to Noxious, take a break.
Yeah, have a little sit down, you've earned it. Oh, another little bit of help, little arm whip there from Steph Sentence to get Noxious through the pack.
Going to do a quick rundown of Sheffield Steel Roller Derby skating in black. 0-3 Wince 1-1, Kit Kat 1-8-1, Disgrace 1-8-6, Camboozled 2-0-3, Kirk 3-3, Betty 4-1-8, Gemma 4-2, Pipsqueak 4-9-6, Cherry Thunder 5 is Madjuicer, 6-4 is Kimber Scout, 7-1-3 is Rosensplat, 7-7 is Comic Slams, and 8-4 is Machine Gunby.
And playing in red for Rebellion Roller Derby, we've got 1-0 Steph Sentence, 1-3 Boris, 2 is Doyle, 2-0 is Wreckham Ralph, 2-7-1 is Pandemonium, 3-1-3 Ginger Snaps, 3-3 is JT, well that rhymes, 3-8 Titch, 4-7 Noxious, 5 Airy Fairy, 5-2 Eraser, 7 Sirius Block, 7-4 Mythic Owl, 8-6 Trip Hazard, and 8-8-8 is Kiki.
Just a small personal woo there for Sirius Block. They are my adopted Derby child.
Is in Rebellion missing Pip weekend because, of course, they will be at Team England training today and playing for Team England tomorrow.
Fair play.
Which seems like a good excuse to miss a game if you ask me.
Yeah. What do you mean you can't make our Five Nations game? I'm skating for England. Yeah, all right, okay, you get pass.
It's better than playoffs last year when she missed it because she was on holiday in Ibiza. I do love a holiday though. And this doesn't look like a holiday to me. This looks like work. Effort. Bordering on cardio.
I mean, you said this looks like work, and the opening bars of 9 to 5 started in my head.
You like my nan who turns everything into a song? I love it.
Apparently.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. Old beyond my years.
Some form of time.
Just having an official timeout for some track repair. I did get stickers.
Did you get stickers?
I did.
I got some focaccia, but I think I got the last bit, so I can't tell everyone how good it was because they'll all be sad.
But you can tell them.
It was really
You can just
good.
be really smarmy about it.
I thought it was cake, and I was like, oh, that looks like onion chutney on cake. And then you said it was focaccia. Then it actually was onion chutney.
And it was really
and
good.
it was delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have an official timeout. We appear to be no longer having an official timeout, and we will resume our game of roller derby with Sheffield Steel on 6 points and Rebellion on 19. And just over 10 minutes so far of this first half. And that is Ginger Snaps jamming for Rebellion, and I think Camboozled for Sheffield Steel. Huge run back there. That's the pivot for Sheffield, which is 203 Kirk. And Camboozled is your lead jammer in this game.
That was a very tidy star pass with Rebellion.
Yeah, very, very quick, very smooth, very nicely done. Really shutting down that opportunity of Sheffield to put any large number of points on the board. I think the jam ref's just conferring with the OPR check how many points that will be. It will be 2 points. 2 points. Just practicing my French for tomorrow.
Nice. Oh, that were nice.
That were nice. So that was Kimber Scout there picking up lead for Sheffield Steel, but Airy Fairy for Rebellion is hotly in pursuit. Airy Fairy there jamming right up until the last whistle, and Sheffield only picking up 1 point. So Pandemonium and Comic Slams on the jam line in this jam. Rebellion with the pack advantage. Pandemonium getting some offense from Doyle, meeting a never-ending washing machine of Sheffield Steel blockers, but Comic Slams is your lead jammer, rides out the hit at the end. Oh, that's my favourite thing. It was a fake star pass. It was a fake star pass. It was beautiful.
I fully believed it. My eyes were locked on Steph's sentence, waiting for her to go.
We've moved from blocking 101 to acting 101. It was legendary. The big hit out there from Rack and Ralph.
When I watch this footage back, because the camera's right there, I'm absolutely going to be rewinding that because I'm
slow-mo for days. Yeah. Make a GIF. It's beautiful.
I'm going to watch it on my TV. I'm going to pull up YouTube on my Xbox and I'm going to watch. I'm almost embarrassed I missed that because it was right there.
It was right there. It was beautiful.
That was nice.
That was, yeah.
Not like friendly nice.
It was nicely played roller derby. From that was Cherry Thunder there, right, inviting Pandemonium to have a little sit down.
Comic Slam's putting in an absolute shift in this jam.
Imagining these jammers like, but I don't want to. So they're probably way more athletic than me. Oh, it's a 5-point game.
I bench coached a scrim game last year between Midland Mayhem and Hallam, and Comic Slams jammed, and just she was an absolute beast. A joy to bench.
Wow, fast moving pack, but somehow these blockers still managing to keep hold of the jammers. But as I say it, Ginger Snaps picks up a lead. So was that the full 4 up there for Ginger Snaps? I think we're just having a little checkity check. Oh no. I saw the official's hand go up and the scoreboard's too far away to see, so I'm going to say it was either 3 or 4 points.
See, I was going to say that that's Wince's England train paying off, but that's just Wince.
Yeah, they are very, very good. I think I have been both on the same team and the opposite team as Wince, and I'll tell you that I much prefer being on the same team.
Of course, Wince, one of those people who, I believe, possibly 19 now, has about 10 to 12 years of derby experience under their belt.
Yeah. Oh, close. Really thought Camboys would have had lead then, but denied. Can we? Yeah, so this is going to be a 2-minute jam because Airy Ferry got a no earned pass, so is not lead. Cambodia has removed the helmet cover, so is no longer eligible for lead. And now there's been a star pass to Kirk, which was beautiful. I'm going to be having happy dreams about all these star passes tonight. I'm going to make a little compilation video. Oh, nice bit of toe stops there.
Solid wall, both jammers encountering on this scoring pass. Rosensplat's going in for some offense. Points. Comes down to a 10-point differential with just over 11 and a half minutes remaining of the first half.
Oh, that was stunning.
Kimber Scout racing down the outside line, sorry. And that is a actual factual star pass to number 33, JT.
Actual factual star pass.
Oh, it's not.
Oh, did we have a "you are not the jammer"?
Looks like that was not a legal star pass.
Yeah, I think that was. But judging by the fact the trip hazard's now in the box wearing the star and was assessed a back block penalty, I think probably had been called on a penalty before the star pass happened. Super fun little 6-point game we've got going on.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
does mean that Sheffield, who are currently having a team timeout, will start with a power jam start. Full 30 seconds.
Full 30 seconds, power jam start.
Pivot line starts. Welcome to 2014.
Burns a little bit of time off the clock on a power jam start though. Only about 3 seconds.
Yeah. Comic Slam's looking to hop the apex, but Boris said, I don't think so.
Oh, I'm going to need a close-up of how they find space on that outside line there. That was amazing.
Witchcraft.
So we now have 2 jammers back on track. Trip Hazard out of the penalty box.
And the pack feeling they need to occupy the same 3-foot square space. Nice arm whip there for Comic Slams. Sees her through the pack. And that brings us down to a 2-point game. Winced with some defensive blocking off the line. Ginger Snaps is lead, however Wince looking for the undertake and forcing the call. Official review called by Sheffield, so we're just going to see what's going on.
Hello. Sheffield were requesting a back block penalty to be issued to the red jammer from the previous jam, and their review was upheld. And they will retain their official review for the period.
Fair play. So we are starting with a power jam in favour of Sheffield, and they've got Camboozled up for the job.
So Sheffield taking a go, holding one skater at the back of the pack, and despite some solid blocking from JT, Camboozled is your lead jammer. Ginger Snaps is now back on track and looking to complete the initial pass, and does so on toe stops round the outside line. Camboozled picks up all 4 points, and friends in the audience, we have got ourselves a lead change.
If you are playing the roller derby drinking game, please do take a sip of your beverage. Stay hydrated. It is a warm day. Water, tea, coffee, soft drinks, whatever you are drinking. That's what a lead change means. Airy Fairy is out, but that is lead by the looks of things.
Yes, I think there was some uncertainty. I wasn't sure what happened because I was busy hydrating. But Kimber Scout still stuck on the back of that pack. Being hit out and recycled by number 2 Doyle from Rebellion.
That's a star pass with some big old contact.
That was absolutely stunning. That's Majdusa with the star pass. Airy Fairy calling the jam off.
I mean, if you retain an official review, there's only 5 3/4 minutes left. You might as well use your official review.
Sheffield were looking for a back block penalty to be... Oh, this is deja vu. Sheffield were asking for a back block penalty to be assessed. This time the review was not upheld. Sheffield do not retain their official review.
We're starting with a pack advantage to Rebellion with one Sheffield blocker in the penalty box. Kirk says, we can still do it with 3, it's fine. It's fine.
They do very much look like they've got this under control.
We have the technology, we can rebuild. Boris said, stuff your technology.
Lovely bit of offence there from Boris. Frees up Noxious to pick up lead jammer for Rebellion. They'll pile up in lane 1 over there. Yeah.
Comic slams.
I was going to say 1 to beat, and then Kiki appeared out of absolute nowhere.
Yeah.
Materialised at the front of the pack.
So much water falling. Don't go chasing them. I've missed you, Taylor.
And that's a star pass.
It's that moment when you get the sneaking suspicion that somebody might want the jam to be called. It's just the whole bench flapping their arms.
I believe I can fly. But not right now. We've got roller derby to do. Feel like that would be cheating.
Well, that's a new one. They've pulled up the jam line.
I've seen that once before.
I don't think I've ever seen that. There's no rope under the jam line. Thankfully, that would be treacherous.
Would be very problematic indeed. So we've got ourselves another very close, very low scoring game. We've got 3.5 minutes left. In fact, is that 3:33 on the clock?
Yeah, it is.
Well, those are better than I thought they were.
Yes, so it's 37 points to Sheffield Steel, 43 points to Rebellion Roller Derby, and we've got Wince and Ginger Snaps as your jammers for this specific jam. And I feel like there was such kind of chaos in the pack that even Ginger Snaps wasn't quite sure what happened when she came out. She was like, oh, lead, cool, go. Oh!
Well, well, well. Got a little apex jump my eyes did see.
They're flying without wings.
Every day a new song with flying in it. What
Yep.
do next? Oh, that was very nice. Did you see that? The spinny with the toe stops and the lovely. That was great. Great footwork.
Brilliant control by Camboozled. Sheffield doing a great job of shutting down Airy Fairy.
Getting some offence again there from Boris. Rebellion opting to run this jam long.
Back in my day, that would have been a 5-point pass.
Oh, how times have changed.
We very briefly had a tied score there, 45 points apiece, but Airy Ferry did manage to get a scoring pass, so we're left at 45, plays 49, with a minute 21 on the clock. Any excuse? Any excuse?
Minute and 21 seconds to go doesn't scan quite so well though.
It's a minute and 21 seconds to go. Love the pack being defined from the floor by our head ref. Kimber Scout picking up lead, all the things are happening.
Oh, that was a lovely star pass, lovely bit of footwork there from Steph Sentence.
Solid control from Kimber.
So this time it is Sheffield who are opting to run the jam long with a pivot with a star on their head.
And folks, that's half-time. The half-time score, 53 points to Sheffield, 57 to Rebellion. Just a 4-point pass separates these teams. Please do go and clear Sheffield out of the remaining cake they have. Buy some merch, treat yourselves, take a break, and come back for the conclusion of this exciting game. Woo.
Okay, that looks like Ginger Snaps and Comic Slams on the jam line in the second half of this very, very spicy game. What did you buy? Oh, Ginger Snaps has bought lead jammer. And Comic Slams being recycled back. Rebellion on a pack advantage here with the pivot for Sheffield in the penalty box. Lovely toe stop work there on the outside line from Ginger Snaps to pick up the first 4 points in this half. Thought we were going to get treated to another little fake star pass, but Comic Slams is recycled back to the back of the pack. And that has now been a complete star pass to Madge Juicer. Somebody picked up a forearms penalty there, I'm not sure who it was. Oh. So Rebellion starting this half on a power jam with Madge Juicer taking a seat in the penalty box for a forearms penalty. Come on it. So Airy Fairy now with 2 to beat up at the front. We've got pivot and captain. Now 1 to beat. And Airy Fairy has picked up lead jammer. 25 seconds Sheffield managed to hold Airy Fairy for.
Yeah, absolutely. Some really great defence on that power start from Sheffield. Steph Sentence with some nice attempted offence.
I love it when there's like a big scrum and you can't really see what's happening because it's on the wrong side of the track, and then it's just like jammer comes out at the front.
Had that a lot a couple of weeks ago in Hull when we had Toulouse quad guards over. There seemed to be a lot of Things are happening, Jammer.
And that is Camboozled with Lee Jammer for Sheffield Steel.
Pandemonium up against a solid wall coming from Sheffield. Disgracing Kit Kat really zipping it up. Big old hit.
That was a big pile up.
Clean up in lanes 1, 2 and 3. Minute and 8 seconds, but Pandemonium completes the initial It was a palindrome and then more points went on the board.
How very disappointing. So 14 points the difference between these two teams. Great awareness there from Winston to be like, I'm going to need a pivot, please, or I would at least like there to be one there as an option. And that is Lee Jammer for Sheffield Steel and Wince. Lovely bit of footwork.
Ginger snaps with a sneaky star stash, sees her through. Just so slick. Slicker than your average. Nice. Big recycle from Betty.
So great jam there from both teams. Quite a high scoring jam by the look at it. I think it was 10 points and 7 points. Look at me with my eyes. 11 points the difference between these two teams.
When we get into the higher numbers, they're a bit easier to see and differentiate. Double digits definitely easier.
So Kimber Scout jamming for Sheffield Steel and Airy Ferry for Rebellion with a 2-wall up at the front there to become a 3-wall. And Madge Juicer with the big hit out to the inside, and a big recycle back.
Disgrace, just quite frankly not a disgraceful blocking effort. And those tippy-tappy toe stops from Kimber Scout sees them over the apex.
Airy Ferry has picked up a cut track penalty. So Kimber Scout now on a power jam.
That does, of course, mean, however, I was going to say that Rebellion were able to do full defence, and then the jam ended.
Yeah, I think Kimmerscat picked up a few more points and then decided, let's freeze Airy Fairy in the penalty box.
4-point differential. We're back to where we were at half time, 78 to 82, 22 minutes and 10 seconds.
So Rebellion with a pack advantage, but I think Jam a disadvantage in this jam. Oh, those walls are so solid. So Airy Fairy now out of the penalty box. Will be eligible for lead.
Exactly.
Facts.
Kiki going in for some offence for Airy Fairy. It does pay off. Nearly 50 seconds to get us a lead jammer. Comic Slams is out as well.
So 2 points picked up by Airy Fairy takes Rebellion's lead in this game to 6 points. Oh, and a very quick lead jammer there picked up by Trip Hazard for Rebellion Roller Derby. But yeah, we have had a Star Pass two-man juicer.
However, it's not as sneaky as Star Passes we have seen previously today. The Rebellion blockers were fully on it and have captured Medusa in their clutches, grasp,
Yes,
sight,
but
wall.
bad place. It's the sad place. The back of that wall. Sad place.
Fair.
I have it on good authority, and I also know from personal experience.
I feel like there's jammers in the audience just nodding like, yeah, there, yeah.
I have to say, I very rarely watch a game of roller derby and think, do you know what, I really fancy being a jammer, but particularly today, it just makes no sense. They're doing this for fun. Do you know what I mean, though? Like,
Just like that. I mean, Ginger Snaps was so close to getting out.
So close to getting out.
And then Cherry's just like, nah, mate, not today. Not having it.
Yeah. That scoring pass looked like fun. Do you want to do it again? Come back and pass us all for the same 4 points. You don't even get another 4 points for it. You get the same 4 points again. We're doing a thorough inspection of the floor.
That pivot stretch. Wince is your lead jammer, but it was a bit of a jammer race. Kirk taking Ginger Snaps off on the infield as Wince weaves their way through the pack. Oh.
That footwork, though, from Wince on the inside line.
Are we just going a bit roadman? That footwork, though, mate.
That footwork, though, mate. Like, them toe stops, though. They're like, oh, I'm not even going to block you because that's impossible. Oh, you did it. Never mind. Well done. Do you know what? I'll let you have it. You earned it. You deserve it. I'm not even sad.
Not even mad about it, bro.
No, I'm not. That's legit. Like,
legit.
Hey. Leave me alone. Tired now. Had to get up really early.
Same.
Airy Fairy was battling like a flat 3-wall for a minute there. I thought we'd gone way back in time.
Mansjuicer taking an early seat in the penalty box. Removes the option of star pass for Kimber Scott and makes things just that little bit easier for Airy Fairy to get through and pick up lead. The scoring pass, not so much. Kimber Scott with the star stash.
Bit of a revolving door in the penalty box in this jam. Big run back from Steph Sentence there on Kimber Scout. Steph Sentence deciding to let all of the rest of the blockers play offense for Airy Fairy. They're just going to block on their own.
So that last jam sees Rebellion breaking the century, bringing them up to 103 plays Sheffield Steel's 86.
Still only a 17-point game, though.
It's not massive. We're just under 16 minutes remaining.
Sheffield are taking a time out.
I mean, we've had like a 16-point jam. It's absolutely doable.
Yeah, 100%. There's still 15 minutes left.
Yeah. So I didn't end up with any adult supervision, so I have spent my money. But I'm happy about it.
Yeah, the only adult supervision I had was you standing next to me while I spent all my money, and I think we've established that wasn't ever going to be a deterrent,
was it me going, oh, that's you, and that's you,
you were just
that's
nodding
you.
while I was like, I'm going to buy all these things, and you were like, yeah, no, I agree, I think we should.
I was basically Rico the Penguin going, just nod and smile, boys, nod and smile.
I think you'd have had me buy more things. I'm going to have dreams about those wine and cheese earrings.
It's fair.
I just don't wear earrings enough.
Sour cherry, if anybody wants them. Wine and cheese earrings. Comic Slams and Noxious up to jam. The pack is packing. Am I wrong though?
Noxious was nearly out, but still wheel over the line and had to recycle.
I sometimes feel like jammers are doing like interpretive dance.
What?
Doing like interpretive dance,
Oh,
the way
yes.
they move their bodies to try and get through the pack.
Big recycle back there on Comic Slams from Boris the Animal. Ably supported by JT and Titch. No.
So, I've just said to Painbow, with regards to Boris, how are they still this good after all this time? And Painbow's just pointed out to me that Boris is skating in Vans. What? I know there's custom skates, but then there's custom skates. And they're also Team Wales, Team Cymru. Just save some for the rest of us, yeah? Another 2-minute jam without an initial pass, I believe. Just...
Yikes. They've still got a 17-point differential.
All right, Fred. Yikes. I don't know, Scoob. Jinkies, we're having some track repair.
Another pivot line start. So, Ginger Snaps and Wince. And Ginger Snaps is your lead jammer. Oh, that was a very, very quick star pass, but ably spotted by the Rebellion blockers. And Madge Juicy was shown the inside line. Ginger Snaps now coming round on a scoring pass.
So we've had official review called by Sheffield. And we have moved into an official review for Rebellion, so we will be able to update you with everything, both reviews, shortly.
Well, many occurrings did occur. For a start, that was back-to-back official reviews.
Yeah, I did manage to glean that much.
Sheffield requested that the forearms penalty on the Rebellion blocker be upgraded to an expulsion, and that was upheld. And then Rebellion requested a cut track penalty on the Sheffield pivot turn jammer, and the officials didn't have enough information to decide whether or not that was a cut track penalty, so their official review was not retained. So Sheffield have won 2 official reviews in this game. So I think someone needs to buy Gigantor a pint later.
Not too
or
shabby.
Or beverage of choice.
Yeah.
Or a piece of cake. Or a certificate that says I won 2 official reviews in one game. Ooh.
Photo finish, but it does look like it's Wentz picking up the lead over Ginger Snaps. Both jammers still absolutely racing.
Yeah, that Wentz is pretty quick. Okay, Airy Ferry up against Camboozled. We are on a 19-point game at the moment. Rebellion have 1 blocker in the penalty box. And Camboozled is your lead jammer in this game.
Apparently Camboozled took those official review times to do some like strong woman stuff and just push the whole pack.
Yeah, looked like it. Yeah. Eating Weetabix.
Some time out to do official reviews. Lift my body weight, no problem. Airy Ferry has completed her official, said official too many times, initial pass.
Official initial pass.
We are straight back into the action with Wince and Pandemonium.
Great comms there from Boris, just taking out the blocker that took out their jammer, yelling at their jammer to get back on, and then getting to the front and recapturing the other jammer.
How is Boris everywhere? It's clones, isn't it?
Yes.
Clones. I don't think there's anything in the Wolf to Wall set about clones. I could be wrong though.
Pandemonium stuck on that 2-wall at the back, being helped out there by one of those blockers getting a forearms penalty. Although, as I say that, solo blocking seems to be doing the trick.
JT with the recycle. Kirk now with the recycle on Pandemonium. Wince completing the initial, but the star had been stashed. And a star pass to JT. It's all happening. Lovely bit of offense from Kirk. Like before, only 4 points scored. I say only 4 points scored in that jam, but so much happened.
And those 4 points were scored in like the last 7 seconds of the jam. For a minute, I thought all the Rebellion blockers were just going to run away, and that would be it. We're liking the pivot line toe stop pointy stretch thing. Bit of between jam ballet. Can't do that. I've still got
Plie.
quads.
I just can't do it. No excuse. Jam is on.
Ginger Snaps is lead for Rebellion, picking up a very quick lead in this jam. Kimber Scout now for Sheffield, looking for some help from the pivot. Good awareness from the pivot there to rush back and get on some defence.
Something lyrically satisfying about Ginger Snaps taking out Rose and Splats.
Yes, yes, there is.
Kimber Scout has completed her initial and she is looking at the pack being recycled by Doyle.
Just thinking.
Big recycle there from Steph Sentence to Kimber Scott.
So very, very hard 4 point. You all know what I was trying to say, right? Hard fought 4 points for Ginger Snap. I'm going to stop saying that one. Big scoring jam there for Rebellion.
Was that a 20-point jam?
I think it might have been. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it in case I was wrong.
Park. Was that a 20-point jam? Cheers.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was going to get my phone out and zoom in on the scoreboard so I could see.
Well, it looked like Puck was looking, so I was like, Puck, is that a 20-point jam? Thank you. Comic slams, mano a mano off with Boris, and then things are happening. Comic slams coming round again now that she is on a power jam. Airy Fairy sat in the penalty box. We have a 29-point lead, biggest we've had for a little while. 5.5 minutes remaining.
Great opportunity there for Sheffield. Really nice bit of patience, sensible jamming. Stay in the middle, stay away from the lines, push them out of play.
That is not a wall that I want to be a part of. Boris, JT, and Sirius block. That's a killer wall. Ditch, my mistake. I knew who I meant.
I knew who you meant.
We've said a lot of words today.
We've said a lot of words today. Good job I haven't got to go and do this all again tomorrow.
Sheffield now cresting the century, 105 to 127. That weird moment where you have to yield as a blocker, but everyone's trying to engage you, and it's like, no, please leave me alone.
Need a big Swiss flag to wave or something.
Camboozled with lead.
I think they all already know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
So both teams starting this jam with a blocker in the penalty box. Ginger Snaps up against Wince. So Sheffield with their 3. Oh, beautiful footwork from Wince and a big smile on their face.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was poetry in motion. That was also very pleasant.
Like a knife through hot butter.
Yes. Yes, like a standard issue knife through hot butter. $27.05, anyone?
You could tell both teams know that we're in the closing minutes of this game and they are fighting for every single point that is left to be scored. Very being very smart there and recycling to the back of the pack, not taking any chances, and is rewarded for that trouble by getting through and picking up lead jammer. Kimber Scout nearly out there, showing the inside line by Boris the Animal.
Kimber breaking through on the initial pass. Meanwhile, Airy Fairy is still looking for that first score.
So the full 4 up on the board for Airy Fairy, holding Sheffield to 0 points in that jam. So 121 points for Sheffield Steel Roller Derby, 143 points for Rebellion Roller Derby, and this will almost certainly be the last jam of the game. I'm 99.99 recurring % sure, but I never want to say it just in case.
Not sure.
So, Sheffield Steel and Wince on a power jam.
So, penalty being issued to Ginger Snaps very early on in the jam. A penalty now being issued to Wince. So both jammers in the box, but it will just be a brief jammer switch. Means this jam will run for the full 2 minutes. And this will be our final jam because the period clock has elapsed.
I think that might be the last box to tick off on my roller derby bingo card for today. We've had a team winning official reviews. We've had a 2-minute jam with no lead. We've had a lot of star passes. We've had whips. We've had at least one apex jump. And now we've had a jammer switcheroo.
Yeah, that's the only thing we've not had today. Hey! Bingo!
In the last jam.
Wince going for the apex, shut down by JT.
Yep.
There we go.
That's JT. Beautiful apex hop there from Ginger Snaps.
wins through in the final seconds. Did pick up a couple of points. That is full time, and we will just wait for our official finals. Always happens. Our final scores, folks, our hosts, Sheffield Steel Roller Derby with 127, but our winners today with 153, Rebellion Roller Derby.